and that parenting is a process. So, darn it, what was it? Hi everybody, welcome to Half Messy Parenting, where I get to share with you my experiences as a parent, and that every day is a new day. Yes, repeat that to yourself. Last episode, we talked about the toddler stage and how to keep your cool, and to remember that parenting is a process. So we more talked about patience last time. Today, I want to talk to you about the ages 4 to 7 and how they are the foundational years. It is an exciting age group, and this is a time to really have fun, but also we want to show you 4 areas to invest in your child's foundation. The first area where you get to invest in is the question time. Yes, at ages 4 to 7, it is like Questionville, and they have lots of questions. And before, when they were toddlers, they couldn't really explain what they wanted to say, but now they can, and they have a lot to say. Something to remember in the question stage is to answer their questions. Don't just leave them hanging. It's a great time to answer those questions because they want to know about what's going on in the world, and you have information to give them. If you don't have the information, tell them let's look it up together. They love that. They love the internet. It's also good to let them answer their questions sometimes. Yes, you have answers, but sometimes you should let them try to figure it out themselves. But you need to say that. So sometimes my son will ask a question and I'll ask, well, what do you think? Their answers are pretty interesting. Not right, but interesting. And this is a hard one for the dads. During the question stage, please let them finish their question. I know that you probably know what that question's gonna be, and maybe that question takes 5 minutes because at 4 they do this, and I would, yeah. Oh my gosh. But let them finish their question so that you could teach them that it's okay to listen with your 2 ears before you answer with your mouth. And last but not least, don't forget to engage them and not dismiss them. Yes, they need to have boundaries. They need to wait till you're done talking on the phone, or if you're talking to a grown-up, they need to wait. Teach them how to behave in a social setting. But don't forget their question. And also engage in that question. My son is in love with Plants vs. Zombies. Is it my favorite thing to talk about? No. But it shows that I care about what he cares about. So I'm gonna engage into his question and promote a conversation. The second area to promote in is responsibility. Now in this age group, you have come to a wonderful place called independent time. And so your kids could now go to the bathroom by themselves, they could brush their teeth, they could even make their toast. You should really promote that. Promote their independence, because the whole point of parenting is to raise independent, healthy beings. So even though we want to feel needed as parents, try to take a step back and let your kid cut their own meat. And even though it takes long, let them do it. Promote independency. Another part of responsibility that I like is giving our children chores. In this house, we have a wonderful chore list that we give them to the appropriate age that they're in. Now, I know that these chores are not going to be done perfectly or even the way that I would do it, but that's not the point. You are teaching them that they have a role in this house, that they need to do something as mom and dad are doing something for this household. So making a chore list isn't that hard, and it is good to have pictures for those who can't read. So a wonderful little resource that I use is TripClip, and it's great. But if you are really good at Microsoft Word or drawing, go for it. Make your own chore list for your children. The third area to invest in would be discipline. Now, I know the D word is not very excited to hear. And in the toddler stage, we talked about timeout. We talked about giving them a consequence for their actions that are unacceptable. But you have to continue that. That doesn't just stop there. Whether it's timeout, or you have a sit-down talk with them, or you take things away, you need to give them a consequence for disobeying and for doing unacceptable behavior. Because that way they know that there are consequences in the real world when they're doing something wrong. Another form of discipline is to teach them to respect you as their parent and to respect others around them. This is a great time to give them principles to follow about when socializing. So before, you were handling when they would fight with another kid for a toy, that sharing is caring. But now it's more of an involved conversation of showing them love and making sure that you have manners at their house. You could go into that more because they understand more. Also in discipline, when your children are showing discipline and when they're showing that they're giving good responsibility in the house, you could give them rewards. My husband and I have made a wonderful reward chart for our children. It's very simple and it kind of teaches them about money. We don't give them real money. We just let them, after certain points that they've gotten, or certain coins in this case, they get a reward at the end of the day and they get to pick what it is. 5 or below is a wonderful place to go, and that's where we get all of our prizes for them. Doesn't need to be expensive. Another healthy form of discipline is creating a routine in the house. My husband and I created a routine with a clock and colors so that the kids could see that at this time, this is what we do. That's usually for weekdays, but it's very helpful. It keeps us accountable, and it shows the kids that they need to make sure they have this done before they could get into bed. So my favorite thing is that it reminds us also that we need to spend time with them and read a book to them before bed. The day could get very crazy, but that routine really helps us to make sure that we're investing in our kids, and our kids know that a routine is important to keep. They also know what's going to be happening next, which is great, because then they don't have to ask. And the last area that I want to share for you to invest in is quality time. Parents before me have always told me how this stage is such a wonderful stage because your kids want to be with you. They're more independent, they can take care of themselves, so it doesn't take so much physical work, a little bit more mental, but less physical. And now you could do things with them, and they want to do things with you before teen years come, where maybe they might not want to. Quality time is one of my love languages, so we really try to take advantage of trips with the kids, making sure that once a year we take them to a museum, just us 4. Nobody else, just us, because we want to show them that we want to make memories together. Also, family traditions are very big at this time. We make a cake for Jesus every Christmas Eve so that we could eat it in the morning. It's not the healthiest, but it's memorable and it's a tradition. Quality time is also not leaving, but doing things in the home repeatedly. We have family fun nights, which is usually on Friday, and we also do our Bible time as a family. I love Pinterest. It gives me so many ideas to do some Bible lessons with the kids and to teach them principles. Right now we're doing God's promises, and I found a sheet on there that was super helpful. I can't teach them all of His promises, but I could sow seeds and teach them some. And don't forget, quality time is also playing time. In the toddler stage, they wouldn't talk a lot, so you could play with them some easy stuff and it would be big toys, but now your kids want to do more in-depth playing, maybe some hide and go seek, or maybe playing pretend dolls. It may be tiring, but it's worth it. Put yourself second, and just get on the floor and play with them. Don't miss out on quality time. From my half messy life to yours, make sure that during this age, you are investing in your child's foundation. A cool little reminder is also that you should let them answer their question. All right. It's not a cool little reminder.